Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here comes the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky. Welcome back to Jacksonville, everybody. Let's take a minute now and learn a little bit about the Dolphins. Offensively, their leader is midfielder number 4, Cameron Mann.
Yeah, Dan, Cameron Mann is your basic do-it-all midfielder. He's tied for the team lead in scoring with 5 goals and 3 assists. He likes to drive to the cage, he likes to shoot, but he can also drive and dish when he pulls a double team and looks to find the open man for the easy goal down low.
Defensively, the heart and soul of this club, Todd, is goalie Peter DeLuca. As he goes, so go the Finns.
Absolutely. He's a sophomore netminder. He's been making saves at a 55% clip. That's pretty good in the D1 ranks. And Peter DeLuca has really been the stalwart in the defensive end of the field for the Dolphins.
When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening face-off. You're watching NCAA Division I Lacrosse right here on Lax TV. Dan Matthews and Todd Walker with you here at Jacksonville University. Todd, this should be an outstanding lacrosse game.
I'm looking forward to this, Dan. We've got Michigan with their first season as a Division I club, meeting Jacksonville, who's in their 3rd year. 2 basically fledgling programs that just kind of trying to feel their way along. Michigan has yet to hang a W on their schedule. Jacksonville played Towson very tough, had a nice win against a Navy team, and were frankly outclassed by Duke. But two teams that should be pretty well matched, and looking forward to a great game.
And a great coaching matchup between Guy Van Arsdale and John Paul, two of the better minds in the game.
Yeah, 2 guys with a lot of experience. John Paul in his 15th year. Guy Van Arsdale's been coaching for 27. His first year here at Jacksonville after a really great year down at Colorado College in Colorado Springs. Two good coaches, two well-coached teams.
Should be a good one here from Jacksonville University. One we're certainly looking forward to. We want to thank our viewers for tuning into this one between the Michigan Wolverines and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Let's have a look at the starting lineups for both squads here today.
Dylan Westerhold, number 34, sophomore, goalie, Madison, New Jersey, the Pingree School.
Rob Ely, number 13, senior defenseman, Detroit, Michigan, Pontiac, Notre Dame Prep.
Emil Weiss, number 11, freshman goalie, Cary, North Carolina, Apex High School.
J.D. Johnson, number 30, junior defenseman, Malibu, California, Loyola High School, Los Angeles.
Alex Vasilev, number 15, senior midfielder, Detroit, Michigan, Seaholm High School.
Dakota Sherman, number 17, sophomore defenseman, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, Cranbrook Kingswood High School.
Willie Steenland, number 25, junior midfielder, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Blake School.
Austin Swaney, number 2, senior LSM from Grand Rapids, Michigan, East Grand Rapids High School.
David McCormack, number 31, freshman attackman, Terrace Park, Ohio, Cincinnati, Marymount.
Trevor Yealy, number 16, senior attackman, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Upper St. Clair High School.
Brian Griner, number 18, senior faceoff, Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan, Grosse Pointe South High School.
Sean Sutton, number 26, junior, defensive midfield, Greenwich High School, Greenwich, Connecticut.
Will Meter, number 45, freshman attack, Beverly Hills, Michigan, Brother Rice High School.
Amari Waffle, number 39, freshman attack from Fayetteville Manlius, New York.
Connor Igo, number 31. I'm a sophomore midfielder from Worthington, Kilbourne, Columbus, Ohio.
Peter DeLuca, number 28, sophomore goalie from Penn Manor High School in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Donovan Lang, number 21, junior midfielder from Northeast High School in Pasadena, Maryland.
TJ Canary, number 19, junior attackman from Milton High School in Alpharetta, Georgia.
Charlie Archer, number 14, freshman defenseman, Wilmington, North Carolina, Woodbury Forest School.
Tanner Guard, number 9, junior defenseman from Winter Springs High School in Orlando, Florida.
Jake Ziegler, number 11, senior defenseman, Webster Thomas High School, Webster, New York.
Max Gorowski, number 8, senior attack from Webster Thomas High School, Webster, New York.
Cameron Mann, number 4, junior midfielder from Salisbury School in Hamilton, Ontario.
We're about ready for the opening face-off here at J.B. Milne Stadium on the campus of Jacksonville University here in sunny northeast Florida. It's outstanding weather. You can't ask for much more out of this lacrosse game. And heading to the face-off X for both teams, Brian Green likely to take the face-offs for the Michigan Wolverines. He's a redshirt senior from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. He went to Grosse Pointe South High School, and he's 43% on the year at the X. On the other side of the coin should be William Vogt, a sophomore at 5'11", $170 out of Exeter in Stratham, New Hampshire. He's 51% on the year. Should just be tremendous battles altogether. Really, these teams fairly evenly matched. Michigan still looking for their first win on the year. They're at the tail end of a spring break trip, and we had the opportunity to talk to Coach John Paul a little bit earlier. They played 2 last week in Denver. They've had a week off. They're playing 2 this weekend. He really felt they might have an advantage this weekend because being an MCLA squad, their scheduling was frequently like this.
Yeah, they're during their stint in the MCLA, very used to multiple game weekends, back-to-back multiple game weekends. Not like that in the NCAA, but this squad is going to be well used to doing the multiple game weekend.
We're just about underway. The boys are at the X, and we're live in Jacksonville. Ground ball off the face-off, still loose, scooped up by Jacksonville. They're heading toward the Michigan cage. Defender knocked the ball down. That was Dakota Sherman. Jacksonville recovers and will reset their offense. That's Cameron Mann up top with the ball on the near side. Ball behind the cage to Canary. Canary, 7 goals and an assist on the year for the Dolphins. There goes Mann to the net. Shot sails wide. It's picked up by Emil Weiss. That Michigan goaltender. Weiss playing with a cast on his hand today.
Yeah, that's a tough road to hoe for a goalie playing with a bum hand, and I know he's feeling some pain, but he's Michigan's had their troubles in goal, and he's felt that like he needs to step up and get back in the pipes.
We do have a third member to our broadcast team today. Salita Gorman is our gal down on the sidelines, and Salita is actually going to have to do yeoman's work today and come upstairs when she's got a report for us. She'll make the trek, and we'll be able to bring you some insight from the sidelines here today. Michigan setting their offense up top. Thomas Paris with the ball near side, down low.
Nice save.
Shot and a save. Great save by DeLuca for Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was Will Meter coming around the cage, basically unguarded. Jacksonville really dodged a bullet there with him not being able to put that ball in the cage.
Early goings here in Jacksonville, Florida, and that's a turnover for the Dolphins. We're still scoreless. Dan Matthews and Todd Walker our inaugural NCAA Division I broadcast. I know many of you tuned in last week to see some of our MCLA action, and we're treated to a really good weekend of lacrosse. We hope that this weekend will only be better. Wolverines up top. That's Steenland dodging down the alley. Going to pull it back out and reset the offense for the Wolverines. Ball down and scooped up by Doug Bryant up top. I think patience is going to be a key in this game for both squads.
Yeah, Coach John Paul talked to us a little bit about the unique motion offense that the Wolverines run. The attack is basically constantly moving. They're looking for the mismatch up top, go midi to drive, get a slide or a double team from down low, and dump it to the attack coming around the cage.
That was Paris with the shot that sails wide. Michigan there to back it up, and we're going to reset again. Doug Bryant on the restart for the Wolverines. That's Yaley. Take a good look at him. You're going to see a lot of him all weekend long, folks. He feeds the ball over to Meter. Meter shoots and scores. Coming around near side, bad angle shot. Gets it to go into the net behind DeLuca.
Yeah, I think that was actually Yaley, Dan, that got the goal on that.
Was there a feed on that one that I missed?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he got the ball across the top of the crease to Yaley.
We'll take a look at that one when we get a moment. In the interim, we're going to go back to the X. That's our first goal of the game.
Yeah, Yaley did a real nice job just kind of sneaking behind the defense and picked up with a nice feed from behind, and Yaley's going to finish those 9 out of 10 times.
That's Yaley's 5th on the year. Really starting to come into his own at this NCAA Division I level. The Wolverines with definitely a tough road to hoe. As they were back in Denver last week to play the 5th-ranked DU Pioneers, or a top 5 team in the Pioneers, who had actually dropped after their opening season loss to Ohio State, and a big loss to the United States Air Force Academy as well. So the Michigan Wolverines stand at 0-4 on the year. Again, the Dolphins sitting at 1-2 early in the season. Cameron Mann working the offense. Mann, the leader of this squad for the Dolphins. Up top, back down low to Mann. Mann with a spin, can't get his hands free. Gets it across to the other side. That shot deflected out front and scooped up by Michigan goaltender Emo Weiss.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of defense there, Dan, by Michigan. Jacksonville was doing a nice job wheeling the ball around the outside. Kind of got the Michigan defense sliding, but they were able to recover and shut off the open man in the middle.
Michigan gets the ball cleared and into the offensive zone. That's Orr. Wolverines setting their offense. Thomas Paris kicks it up top for the full set to Steenland. Wolverines with just over 10 minutes to go in the first period hold a 1-0 lead. Nice feed inside and an even better save by DeLuca. Knocking on the doorstep were the Wolverines. They're going to pick up the ground ball. That's Yaley. Yaley's always been kind of a vacuum cleaner when it comes to ground balls down around the cage.
He's a smart player, Dan. He seems to always be in the right spot, like he is right on the backside.
Wolverines, you can see the Wolverines kind of sinking that offense down low. Really pressuring the cage. There's a shot. It's off the side of the net. No goal. I will say, Todd, that's the one thing about this game that I want the fans to see just a little bit better. That's to know whether the net's moving from inside or outside the cage.
Tough to see a lot of times, Dan, and you'll even fool the officials on occasion as they see that net move. The inclination is to blow the whistle and signify the goal, but sometimes it is on the backside.
Gorowski has the ball down low for the Dolphins after the clear by Rob Wirtz. Dolphins making minor mental mistakes, just not hanging onto the ball right now, and that's something that Coach Van Arsdale was talking to us about.
Yeah, he really wants to limit the unforced errors and keep the mistakes and loose balls down to a minimum and get some good play out of his special teams.
That's Wirtz up top. Ball down on the ground again. That's Culver Bradbury, number 5. Starts the ball circling around the cage. At the top of the box. Jacksonville working for the shot. That shot sails wide. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Let's take a TV timeout. It's Michigan 1, Jacksonville nothing.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be an goal for Yealy.
Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky. Welcome back to Jacksonville, everybody. Our score here is Michigan 1, Jacksonville no score. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. And it's really kind of been everything we expected. Both teams really evenly matched, just getting the feel for each other and trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, there's two teams that are not completely 100% sure with themselves, and they're a little ratty play in the first quarter here, and they'll get it figured out by the end of the game, and well, I think we'll see a much better game in terms of possession and moving the ball.
Both teams breaking their huddles. Ball is in play. Here we go. On the restart, it's Gorowski bringing it up top to Connor Igo. Igo with possession. He's looking to drive down the left alley, kicks it back behind the cage. A lot of patience by the Dolphins. Guy Van Arsdale, one of the masters at coming out of a timeout with success. But you can't stop the ground balls if you're the coach. Oh, that was cameraman not dodging down the alley. Couldn't quite field the feed. Michigan comes up with it. Dakota Sherman picking up the loose ball and sending it the other way for the Wolverines. One thing you'll see out of this Michigan squad is you see the goaltender very active in the clearing game.
He's sort of a John Paul trademark. The goalie is always an integral part of their clear.
Good patience on the clear for the Wolverines.
And the easy dump over midfield. Coach Van Arsdale will not be crazy about the easy clear.
Wolverines with their substitutions to get that offense onto the field. Doug Bryant's going to be the last one to cross that midfield line. And the Wolverines can start their offense. It's Will Meter. Goal line extended. Working the ball up top to Bryant. Bryant comes in with that right hand. Angle gets cut off nicely by the defensive slide. On that defensive slide was Will McCready. He's a 6'1", 200-pound defender from Jupiter, Florida.
That's an awful tough pass across the crease, Dan, and not really a high percentage opportunity, and Jacksonville defense did not let that go through.
Jacksonville's going to get their shot on offense now. That's Gorowski. Igo on the far side, gets it up top to Donovan Lang. Patience by Jacksonville. They need to settle down and get themselves into a rhythm here. Not coming out with quite the same firepower that we saw a couple weeks ago against Navy. There's a shot. That went off the post. Well protected on that post by Emil Weiss. And Michigan's going to scoop the ball up and head the other direction.
Yeah, Weiss actually got a stick on that one, Dan. That was a nice save. Tough shot in close by Cameron Mann, and a tough shot to handle, and Weiss ate that one up.
It's amazing what happens when your #1 goaltender returns and how the game can change for you. We're seeing signs of it early on here in Jacksonville. Yaley with the left-hand cradle, goal line extended. You don't want to see him dodging from the wings. That's a scary sight. A little bit of wind out here in Jacksonville, but a beautiful sunny day. Probably about 82 degrees. This is what you live for, right, Todd?
For you folks that are shoveling sunshine, this is pretty nice. I think Michigan actually was getting some of the white stuff here in this most recent storm, and this is a little bit nicer spot to be today.
That was Bryant starting the dodge from goal line extended on the near side. Meter has it over to Yaley behind the cage. Yaley's marked up by #9, Tanner Guard. He's from Winter Springs, Florida, is Tanner. That's the dodge inside. That's Trevor Yaley. He's on his game today. And it's 2-0 Michigan.
Yeah, that's one of the errors right there, Dan, as we pull the replay up here that Coach Van Arsdale does not want to see his D make. You got Yaley kind of ISO'd out on the high wing by himself, beats his guy one-on-one, slide way too late, and you got Yaley right on the doorstep, and he's going to bury that every time.
Yeah, splits 2 men on that double team, and once he splits that, you don't have a chance.
Yeah, that second slide guy has really got to go for the body.
Michigan's going to win that face-off and head the other direction. While Michigan's got the ball, we're going to bring in the third member of our team, Salita Gorman. And Salita, you had an opportunity to talk to Trevor Yaley before the game.
Yes, I did. He was talking. I asked him about how their team who came over from the club to Division I and what the big differences he's seen. And he says that the speed of the game, the athleticism, and the fundamentals, he really emphasized the fundamentals. He said there are a lot more sound guys, much bigger, quicker athletes. All over, the pace is a lot quicker. So he found that they're adjusting and adapting, and that regardless of how quickly or slowly that it comes, they're just going to keep learning and keep trying. Attitude really seemed to be a logical attitude to have. Yes, it was. His attitude was very high. They have high hopes for their team. Outstanding, Salita. Thank you. Yeoman's work. We know it's a long climb to get up here and talk to us, but we sure appreciate the efforts. Thank you. Yes, me too. Thank you. Michigan turns the ball over to Jacksonville. We're getting ready for a restart. 3:31 to go in the first. It's Trevor Yaley 2, the Jacksonville Dolphins, zilch. Just whenever you have something. A little slow on this restart. I think there was some confusion. Jacksonville's going to get it across the midfield stripe in a big hurry. That's Wirtz. Wirtz had a lane for just a second, but wasn't quite quick enough to take advantage of it. So Jacksonville's going to settle into their offense. Again, Michigan here up by 2 here early.
in Jacksonville, Florida. And another turnover by the Dolphins. This is not the stuff that makes Guy Van Arsdale very happy.
No, Coach Van Arsdale will be pulling his hair out if there's any left up there. But it was a good look into Tissenbaum. He really wasn't ready to receive the pass. It was a kind of a tough feed to handle, but he could have handled it. And if he'd been kind of stepping to the cage, I think he would have had a wide open look.
Michigan on the clear. Alex Vasilev. A lot of goals coming from the midfield for Michigan this year with this rotational offense.
Yeah, Dan, it looks like Jacksonville really is almost conceding the clear. I think Coach Van Arsdale is probably a little bit concerned about giving up easy, fast break goals by getting beat on a foolish play up at midfield. So they're really not making it too tough on Michigan to clear the ball.
Steenland marked up by McCready. Recycles the offense. We're just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. Wolverines leading 2-0. One of the Jacksonville coaches looking on.
Nice
down the alley, and right there, Yaley again. Jacksonville doesn't have an answer for the Trevor Yaley show today. And it's 3-0 late in the first period of play.
Yeah, really nice cut by Yaley and Quentin Miller. Nice feed to him coming across the crease. Jacksonville's D got caught ball watching a little bit there, Dan, and that's, if you're going to take your eyes off somebody, Yaley's the wrong guy to not watch. You can see him just kind of nesting here on the backside, and as Miller starts to drive the ball in, the Jacksonville D is just not. They're really caught ball watching, and Yaley had a free drive to the crease.
Face-off won by Jacksonville. Again, this is part of the game you and I have talked about for a long time, these wholesale substitutions that slow the game down and take away transition opportunities. Lang works it up top to Igo.
And I would be remiss if I didn't point out that Connor Igo is from my neck of the woods in Central Ohio, a Worthington-Kilbourne product.
Great slides by the Michigan defense, really preventing penetration by that Jacksonville offense. But there's the penetration. That's Igo with the shot and goal just as I speak. And it's 3-1 Wolverines.
Yeah, thank you, Connor, for stepping up there as I'm giving you your props. Nice little move, nice dodge off the wing there, and he buries it over the top of the goalie. I see just a nice, real nice one-on-one move. Again, slide late, not there in time to keep Igo from standing on the doorstep and putting it over the top of the goalie.
Good job by the Dolphins on that penetration. Got the ball whipped around fast enough to beat the slides. Michigan has been real fundamentally sound on their defensive slides so far today. Got a loose ball hold on Michigan. It's going to go Jacksonville's way. There's that transition. Maybe you had an opportunity to take your man one-on-one. But you're waiting to set the offense.
Yeah, they really, and right there, Dan, they actually had Michigan in a man-down situation. They were subbing from the midfield line and were short a guy. If Jacksonville had pressed the issue, I think they would have had an easy path to the goal.
Dolphins picking up the pace a little bit. This is what they need to do, is control the pace of the game. There was a shot and a great save by Emil Weiss. And at the end of one period of play, it's Michigan 3, Jacksonville University 1. You're watching NCAA Division I Lacrosse right here on Lax TV. There's a good look at the Michigan huddle at the end of the first period. John Paul's got to be real happy with his squad right now.
Boy, you would think so, Dan. Trevor Yaley has been the man again for Michigan. I'll tell you though, what has really impressed me up until that last scoring play for Jacksonville is the recoveries that Michigan's defense has been making out of their slide package. Jacksonville to date has been really a midfield-oriented team in terms of offense, and the Michigan close defense is doing a good job sliding out and shutting those guys off and getting that second slide behind them so that there's not an open guy on the backside. So nice job in that first quarter by Michigan. They get beat on a nice one-on-one move by Igo, a little bit of a late slide, which kind of the first time that had happened in the first quarter. So nice effort by the Wolves, and we'll see if Jacksonville can dig themselves out of this not really very deep hole that they put themselves in.
Again, 3-1 as we head into the second period of play. Jacksonville University playing host to this weekend of games for us here on Lax TV. Tomorrow it'll be Florida State and Virginia Tech at 5 p.m., followed by Ponte Vedra High School and the Bulls School at 8 p.m. Both those times Eastern Time. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. We hope you're enjoying this as much as we do. Face-offs are going to be key as this game moves on, and right now that's being dominated by Jacksonville. That was a great job in transition. They a little too late to get the shot off, but a great job nonetheless by the Dolphins.
Yeah, smart play by Gorowski there, Dan. He really didn't have the angle. It was a really low probability shot. If he had taken it, he did the smart thing and pulled it out, let his subs get in, and here's Michigan caught again coming off the midfield. And
There's a whistle.
We've got an injured Michigan player down.
Down low on the crease. That looks like either Sean Sutton. Looks like it's Sean Sutton to me.
Yeah, that would
Number
be
26 is Sean Sutton. Sutton out of Greenwich, Connecticut. 5'11", 176-pound defensive midi for the Wolverines. Inside Lacrosse is the source for the sport and also a proud sponsor of lacrosse right here on Lax TV. Sean Sutton making his way off the field. Looks like maybe a knee. I'm sure Salita can get some information on that for us and talk to us a little bit about it at halftime. She'll also hopefully have the opportunity to speak with one of the coaches as they head into the locker room and get some insight as to what's going through their mind as this game progresses.
Yeah, I didn't see the play there, Dan. When Sutton went down, it looks like an ankle. This is a really nice field turf field, but you can if you plant wrong or catch a cleat, it's pretty easy to roll an ankle.
And I think replacing him is Dakota Sherman. Sherman out of Rochester, Michigan, Cranbrook, Kingswood High School. Great day for lacrosse out here. The Dolphins trying to work their way back into this one, trailing by 2. That's a great feed up top. Nice nifty move and a shot in the goal. That one scored by Ari Waffle. He's a freshman from Fayetteville Malleus High School in Malleus, New York.
Yeah, Waffle's been a pleasant surprise for Coach Van Arsdale, and he's got 5 goals and 4 assists, 6 goals now. after that last one, and just that's a nifty little split dodge, face dodge that Waffle puts on his man out top, and brings the ball back to his left hand and beats the goalie down low.
Jacksonville really starting to get fired up. The face-off was won by Michigan, checked out of the Michigan player's stick and on the ground, but Michigan does recover and will set their offense. That's Will Meter, near side, moving the ball up top. Fires it all the way to the top. That's Vasilev. Vasilev tries to make the feed inside. Good job by DeLuca to get a stick on it. Right now, DeLuca's out of his cage and the ball is loose and out of bounds. It's going to go the way of the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was kind of a questionable pass by Vasilev, Dan. He had a man nesting right there on the backside of the crease, but you've really got to be counting on the goalie to be asleep for that pass to get through.
Dolphins slow and deliberate to clear. Coming back for it is Chip Young. Young, a senior from Mount Lebanon High School in Pittsburgh, PA.
Yeah, kind of a 10-man ride there by Michigan, Dan, and it seemed to confuse the Dolphins for a little bit. But if they get that figured out, and I'm sure Coach Van Arsdale will be talking about it, that could really present some nice fast break opportunities for the Dolphins.
That was a big rip from the top. Donovan Lang. Lang is a junior from Pasadena, Maryland. Jacksonville working the ball. That's Lang again. I like a guy who's not afraid to take the shot from up top. Dolphins circling the cage. Sounds weird. Should be the Sharks, shouldn't it?
I don't think Dolphins are particularly known to circle, but
there's another rip from Lang. A great save by Weiss.
Yeah, it's kind of stick side, shoulder high. Not a real tough save for Weiss. Lang does lead the team in shots. He does like to put the ball on the cage.
Wolverines with possession in the offensive zone. We're up top to Bryant. I had the good fortunes of calling a Wolverine lacrosse game last year in the NCAA championships against Oregon. I played in the driving rainstorm out in Denver. And this Wolverine team is a lot of fun to watch, probably whether they win or lose. This broadcasting team being based out in Colorado, also very familiar with head coach Guy Van Arsdale from Jacksonville. He was head coach at Division III Colorado College. That's Yaley, one of his patented moves around the cage in a low shot. That one happens to sail wide and out of bounds. Great backup by the Michigan attack and Thomas Paris. But Coach Van Arsdale, well-traveled of a very popular family of coaches, as many of you may know. His brother, an assistant at Virginia. I believe a father was also a coach at one point in time. Just kind of a long line of Van Arsdales in this business.
Yeah, it's in their blood, Dan, and Guy's been a good coach for a long time, and I think he's going to have a lot of success down here in Jacksonville.
I know factually that Jacksonville University is drawing some serious interest from some of the top talent out in the Rocky Mountains. That's Vasilev, shoots and scores.
Nice shot.
Nice left-handed shot by Vasilev, coming off the dodge down the left alley. He was marked up at the time by Cameron Mann. Vasilev just a step too quick, and it's 4-2, Michigan.
Wolverine goal scored by number 15, Alex.
Looking at the replay here, Dan, Cameron Mann maybe got caught on the field a little bit too long, maybe a little bit tired, and Vasilev really just kind of turned on the jets. Real nice shot, though, off stick side low. Goalie really didn't have a chance.
Just under 10 to go here in the first half from Jacksonville, Florida. Again, I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. Salita Gorman down on the sidelines for us. Michigan up 4-2. In this wonderful afternoon, call it a twilight game. Would that be accurate?
That works for me, Dan. And there was Michigan again running the 10-man ride. Really could have been a lot easier clear for Jacksonville. The midi subbing off kind of turned his back on the defenseman with the ball, or he would have had a nice fast break opportunity.
Jeremy Tissenbaum, number 53, into the game for the Dolphins. Coach Van Arsdale running deep into his offense to find the right combinations. There's a shot in the goal. That's coming off the top from Rob Wirtz, freshman midfielder from Manheim Township in Lancaster, PA.
Dolphin goal scored by number 37.
That would be Rob Wirtz's fourth on the year.
Yeah, another nice offensive play here, Dan, and something for you younger players to look at and emulate. Wirtz comes across on the sweep, makes a real nice kind of stutter step fake shot, gets the defenseman to lunge, gets past that first line of defense. Again, we got a late or no slide, and he buries the shot stick side below the goalie's stick.
Can't ask for a whole lot more than that. The goal comes just in time for immediate timeout. We're just under 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's 4-3 Michigan over the Jacksonville Dolphins. We'll be back right after this.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net.
Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy.
Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky. Excited to be a part of the way Lax TV is changing the way you view lacrosse. I'm Dan Matthews. This is Todd Walker, and we're in Jacksonville, Florida, where our score's 4-3 in favor of the visitors, the Michigan Wolverines. Just about set after that last goal by Rob Wirtz, his fourth of the season. Players definitely getting bigger, faster, and stronger.
Not played back in the day, Dan, with wood sticks and gutta percha balls, but these guys are impressive athletes.
Nice face-off draw taken by Brian Greiner. Again, the redshirt senior from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. Turnovers will always prove to be costly. Michigan drops the ball on the turf, and Jacksonville's going to take it the other way. They've got numbers if they don't lose the ball when you're trying to cross the midfield stripe. Great job saving that ball on that far side. Here comes Jacksonville. There's a pull. Nice wind-up. And a shot. That one by Tyler Black. That one sails a little bit high, but it was the right idea. Jacksonville doing a good job now, Todd, to look for that goal in transition.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of what they did to beat Navy, Dan, and really actually a really nice shot by the long pole.
It's always amazed me how a long pole can actually find space to take a shot like that, be able to get the hands free and actually do something with it.
He did a nice job settling down in the middle where there were no defenders, and a good job by the midfielder to get him the ball.
That was a great ride by the Michigan defender there, Rob Healy. Ball in front of the cage, great save. That one by Emil Weiss. Michigan will scoop the ball up and look to clear. Jacksonville pressuring goalie Emil Weiss. He's going to single-handedly get that ball cleared. It was a good job by Weiss on the clear. Here comes Thomas Orr for the Wolverines. Back up top to Paris. Michigan settling in on offense. Steenland up top. It's Ben Carter on defense behind the cage for Jacksonville. It's a nice shift by the Jacksonville defense. Trevor Yaley comes around to the near side and kicks it up top to Paris. Reset the offense up top, way outside the box with Steenland. Left-hand cradle coming down the left alley. Watch for that shot from Steenland. He's got a cannon on that left arm. Nice feed inside. That's a shot, goes wide. Will Meter and Steenland had the right idea.
Yeah, again, Jacksonville caught ball watching a little bit, Dan, and that can come back to bite you in a hurry. That's something Coach Van Arsdale, I'm sure, will be talking to him about.
Paris down the right side, nice save to Luca. Jacksonville has numbers if they hurry. Great job on the clear, taking the ball to the cage, feed over to the left side. Here's a shot, save made. Great shot by Owen Green, a good save by Emil Weiss. Owen Green, 5'9", $165 from Atlanta, Georgia. That's showing there is hope for the little guy out here on the field. That ball's deflected out of bounds. Michigan's going to get it. Just about 5.5 to go in the first half. 4-3 in favor of the Wolverines.
It was kind of heads-up play by Quint Miller on that deflection. Dan, he could have picked it up and still been ridden by the Jacksonville riding division there, but he real smart just to let it go out of bounds. He knew it was going to be Michigan's ball, and off they go.
Michigan setting the offense up top. That's Paris. He's got his man beat down the left side. Shot. Great save to Luca. Whether you're new to lacrosse or a diehard fan like us, you need to check out the biggest and baddest website for lacrosse. It's called Lacrosse Playground. They'll update you on the latest trends in lacrosse equipment and apparel. Visit lacrosseplayground.com today. What a great grab as they cross midfield, but Yaley can't grab that pass. It's going to come the other way. Ben Carter with the clear for Jacksonville. Both teams need to settle down just a little bit. TJ Canary with the ball on the near side, right at goal line extended.
Yeah, Canary's been pretty quiet so far today, Dan. He's a product of Milton High School in Atlanta, and so far has not really been real involved with the offense. I think they'll try to get him more involved as the game goes along.
Good motion with the ball coming around the near side. Shot sails wide. Angle wasn't quite there. I believe that was Quentin Miller coming around the far side. One more step and he might have had that one into the side of the cage.
It looked like he was losing his footing a little bit, Dan, as he came around. I think that's one that Miller would normally bury.
Pace has really picked up. There's a shot. That one sails wide. Rob Wirtz. Wirtz really has a strong shot, especially from that part of the field. Three and a half to go, first half. Good ball movement by the Dolphins. Coming on the inside on the crease. That's a great save and a great move on the crease as well.
Yeah, nice job hugging his pipe there by Weiss and shutting the door on the Jacksonville attack.
Paris comes back across the midfield stripe to help out the clear. He'll bring it into the box for Michigan. Right back out. Good pace to this game, Todd. No stall warnings. Both teams doing a good job taking the ball to the cage and trying to make things happen.
Yeah, kind of a nice game to watch. Neither one of these teams is really trying to slow the ball down. They're feeling out the defense a little bit, but when they see an opportunity, they're taking the ball to the cage.
That was Jeff Chu with the possession. Near side. Another one of those little guys, 5'8", $152, out of Conestoga High School in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Nice move to the cage, great save to Luca. Both goalies really on their game so far today.
Yeah, some of the shots have been less than spectacular, and that one really was not a great shot by Michigan. DeLuca is gonna gobble those up most of the time. And here's the 10-man ride. Bad thing that I was talking about.
that 10-man ride will cost you sometimes. It did there. Very play. I believe that was Ari Waffle on the goal again. That's his second of the game, 7th on the year, and we're square at 4.
Yeah, Jacksonville actually did a real nice job there. And the 10-man ride is great right up until it isn't. And on that possession for Michigan, it wasn't. And you ended up with Waffle standing right on the crease, no goalie, no defense in front of him, and nice open net goal.
Good to see Sean Sutton heading back out onto the field. A little bit of medical treatment. Looked to be an ankle injury. That coming from sideline reporter Salita Gorman. Salita's going to be with us all weekend. You'll all hopefully get a chance to actually see her tomorrow. Making her debut as a sideline reporter and valuable experience for the young lady. Jacksonville's fought their way back into it. We're square at 4 with a minute to go in the first half. This is that bad stretch that Coach Paul was talking about, like they had against Air Force last weekend. They're having it now, giving up 3 in a row now to the Dolphins. Got to figure out how to get themselves back into the game. Get to the flow. Make things happen. That was a nice pass. An average shot and a good save. We'll head the other direction.
Yeah, Brent Kirshner for the Wolverines did a nice job getting a stick on the shooter's hands on that play, and couldn't get anything on the shot. The goalie, no problem. Weiss is going to handle that every time.
Looking for our first big hit of the game and the Bam Shaft Bam of the game. Long pole on the clear for Michigan. That's J.D. Johnson. This ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Michigan. John Paul looking to score here late in the first half. Only 20 seconds to go. On the restart, it's going to be Alex Vasilev. Not large in numbers, but definitely loud. You can hear the Michigan contingent below us. That Michigan contingent travels real well, and I would imagine very well with this spring break trip that the Wolverines had to Denver and then out here to Jacksonville, Florida. They spent midweek. There's a shot and a goal. That's Vasilev. He beat DeLuca to the near side, and it's 5-4 Michigan. I know they spent midweek down in Orlando and spent some time at Universal Studios. It's just kind of a fun trip, a good bonding situation for a team when they can take that 8 or 9 days and they're spending all their time together. Like
yeah, that's a nice break for the guys and a nice treat. Vasilov, just a nice one-on-one move, brings his man, beats him on the rollback, kind of a slow motion question mark dodge, and beats the goalie down low. Nice shot.
Face-off takes us to halftime. With our score, Michigan 5, Jacksonville 4. We'll be back after this break. And a word from our sponsors.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back to Jacksonville, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a first half under our belt here at Milne Field, and we're looking at a game. Jacksonville is leading 5-4 over the Michigan Wolverines are leading 5-4 over the Jacksonville Dolphins. So far, real nice first half of play. Both teams taking advantage of the opportunities presented, and looking real good so far in the first half.
They definitely are. It's been a real solid game, and I think that's just a byproduct of the coaching.
Yeah, it kind of got a little raggy starting off in the first quarter, but both teams kind of seem to find themselves a little bit, and we're seeing really two well-coached teams doing what we'd expect.
Salita Gorman just wrapping up her interview with Coach Paul down on the field. She'll be up to talk to us a little bit about what Coach Paul had to say as they went to halftime. His team playing probably their best all-around game of the year so far.
Yeah, really pretty impressed with Michigan in the first half. Again, they're playing good help defense. They've gotten beat a couple times on when the slide wasn't there, and one real bad beat on the 10-man ride where there was nobody on the crease to pick up the Jacksonville attackman, and basically a free goal for the Dolphins. So all in all, a pretty solid first half for Michigan.
No doubt about it. Both teams huddled up in their respective corners, if you will. They don't head to the locker room when they're around here, but both teams heading to their respective corners to have some conversation. And when we come back from break, we'll talk with Salita Gorman about what Coach John Paul had to say as they went to halftime. 5-4, Michigan's your score. You're watching NCAA Division I lacrosse right here on Lax TV.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Jacksonville University, where we've got a great ball game here between the Michigan Wolverines and the home Jacksonville Dolphins. It's 5-4 Michigan here at halftime. This game is being brought to you by Bam Shaft, the first name in bamboo shafts. We have Selena Gomez has got a report for us. She had a chance to talk with Coach John Paul at halftime.
1-2.
Selena, what did Coach Paul have to say?
He said that he's really proud of how his team's playing right now. He's a little uncomfortable still, even though they're going in the half ahead. He wishes they were done right now, but they're going to make some adjustments in the second half. He said they really need to adjust in the ride and the clear. He said that towards the end there, Jacksonville kind of caught on. So he's going to make those adjustments. He mentioned that a really key player right now is Yearly. He scored 3 goals. He stepped up, but that he's used to him playing that way, so he's going to look to other people now along with him. So it's so far 5-4. Going in the second half, he's pretty good about it.
Okay, well, Coach Paul certainly has gotten used to depending on Trevor Yealy and look at him to carry the Wolverines, and he's certainly done that in the first half with 3 goals. First half hat trick. He's going to, I'm sure, look to get the rest of the team involved and get some more goals spread out across the board. Coach Van Arsdale, I'm sure, is talking with his guys about tightening up the ball control a little bit, cutting down on the unforced turnovers. Nice job, as we mentioned earlier, beating the 10-man ride for the easy goal. And I think we've probably seen the last of the 10-man ride from Michigan after giving up the easy goal on the end of the field there. So real good first half of lacrosse so far. Lax TV's inaugural NCAA Division I game. So far, everything we expect, and a gorgeous day down here in Jacksonville.
Selena, any other news on the injury front at this point?
Well, I know that number 31, he appears to be out of the game for good. They haven't quite cleared with me what exactly is wrong with him. It looked like he was holding the back of his right hamstring. So it's
now is that Connor Igo or is that David McCormick from Michigan?
No, that's from Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, Michigan. 2 Michigan players are hurt. One of them, number 29, he seemed to have an ankle injury. They taped him up and he put his helmet back on, so it looks like he's good to go.
Looks like we're going to have you mic'd up for the second half, so you won't have to climb these stairs anymore, but we sure appreciate all you're doing so far and look forward to working with you the rest of the weekend.
All right, thank you.
We're going to take a short break here on Lax TV. Again, your score 5-4 in favor of the Wolverines. We'll be back right after this.
Paris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be an goal for Yealy.
Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky. Dan Matthews, Todd Walker, and Salita Gorman with you here at Jacksonville University. 5-4 in favor of the Wolverines at halftime. Both teams have broken their respective halftime huddles. Let's talk about Head Wraps. Head Wraps is the sponsor of our Head Wraps wrap-up show, and Head Wraps ignited the helmet graphics revolution in early 2009 and has continued to revolutionize the graphics industry ever since. Today, with offices both in Las Vegas, Nevada and Hauppauge, New York, Head Wraps continues to be the industry leader in custom helmet graphics. Contact them at headwraps.com. Again, we're looking at just a couple minutes and a real solid first half of play for both squads.
Yeah, real impressed in the first half. Both teams doing a nice job of exploiting opportunities that they are provided, and real nice pace of play. Seen good goalie play on both ends of the field. So all in all, a good game so far.
Definitely a great game. Salita Gorman is going to be mic'd up for the second half for us. She's unable to get to Coach Van Arsdale to speak with him at present, but that's quite all right. We're going to go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half face-off. We're ready for the second half face-off. Brian Greiner and William Vogt at the X for their respective squads, Michigan and Jacksonville. Michigan in the maize and blue of the Wolverines, Jacksonville in the white. And it's 5-4 in favor of the Wolverines. We've got a loose ball push. If I recall correctly, Todd, there has not been a flag yet today. We have had an extremely cleanly played game, Dan. Both teams doing a great job controlling their sticks, and zero penalties so far this game. A great job on the turnover. Jacksonville can't convert, throwing the ball away. We'll go the other direction. Yeah, that's one of the plays that'll drive Coach Van Arsdale crazy. Unforced error again, just a bad pass that Jacksonville was unable to handle, and free turnover to the Wolves. Michigan on the clear. Paris has it on the near side. Kicks it to Bryant on the near wing. Dutton O'Hara, 41. First time we've called his name today, but he's going to get into the action for the Wolverines. That's Shaley. Michigan with a 5-4 lead here in Jacksonville, Florida. First of 2 for the Wolverines. That ball's going to be turned over and go to Jacksonville. Both teams playing 2 games this weekend. Jacksonville will take on Holy Cross Sunday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. right here on Lax TV. Michigan with a real early game that day, 10 a.m. here at the stadium on the campus of Jacksonville University, Mercer. And maybe Michigan won't be looking at day.
Not sure, Dan. Sort of surprised there. Michigan came out with the 10-man ride again. They actually, Jacksonville had the same opportunity with Cameron Mann down low on the crease, uncovered, no goalie in the cage. The long pole did not see him, or Jacksonville had another free goal.
I thought I saw Laundry on the field, but I guess not. Jacksonville continued to work for the shot. Good patience by the Jacksonville squad. Jacksonville continuing to work the ball around. That's Igo up top. Jacksonville working the ball around. That's Gorofsky. There's a shot, that ball's in the cage, scored by number 21, Donovan Lang.
Yeah, nice job there by Jacksonville, swinging the ball and finding Lang on the backside. Nice little split dodge past his man. Here we go, ball comes from the X, makes the catch, steps right past the defender. Again, late slide. Nice shot, low opposite corner. And on the face-off, loose ball out of bounds, going to Jacksonville on the off the face-off. Be sure and follow us on Twitter, folks. We always enjoy hearing from the viewers and listening to what you got to say. And if we get a chance, we'll respond to you during the course of the game. Here's Jacksonville working to clear the ball. Nice job by Trevor Yaley to deflect that pass. But Jacksonville comes up with a loose ball at midfield. They're pushing it up. Ball behind to Quint Miller.
I'm sure it's not the first time you've done this.
Working the ball up top, back to the wing. Ball behind to Growski, swinging it around to the top. Nice step around move. A shot that Michigan eats up. And the Wolves will go to clear the ball here. Emil Weiss driving the ball up the center. And a good look from the close D up to the midi bench side. Michigan doing a real nice job clearing the ball today, and really Jacksonville has not looked like they've been real interested in riding real hard, and Michigan taking advantage of the easy clears. Vasilev up top, driving down the right alley. Dishes off to Meter. Meter tests his man a little bit. He'll take it back to X. Drive it around the left side. Back up top. Steenland testing his man a little bit coming down the alley. Michigan real patient. They're working for a good shot. Coach Paul would rather take the good shot than the easy bad shot, and take his chances with the goalie making the save. Vasilev with a real nice hard bounce shot. Sure. And we got a play on. Interference on Michigan away from the ball. Jacksonville will get the clear. Look across. Easy clear across the midfield to the midfielder by the close D. Working the ball up to cameraman up top. Sure. Down to the wing, back up to man.
I appreciate you coming up and understanding what you want to see.
Man works the ball to Lang. Lang over to Colin Igo. Back to Lang up top.
See, you can't handle play-by-play. Thanks, Todd. Needed a rest there for just a moment. Catch my breath. Had a little chair mishap up here on the scaffolding. We have a chair that is no longer in very good shape, but that's okay. 5-5's our score. Just about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. That ball sails out of bounds. We're going to take a media timeout here with 8:07 to go in the third quarter play. 5-5's your score from Jacksonville,
media
Florida.
Timeout on the field.
Zebras in the bench team.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Dan Matthews, Todd Walker, Jacksonville, Florida, the site of this NCAA Division I contest between the Michigan Wolverines in their first year of NCAA play against the Jacksonville Dolphins. And I'm sitting here thinking, Todd, Michigan seeking their first win. They come from club ball. It's not the first time they've played against Division I talent, and they've always had a modicum of success. Here they are playing a third-year program in Jacksonville. What's the emotional toll on both sides of the ball right now?
Well, this is certainly a game that the last thing Coach Van Arsdale wants to do is lose. You hate to have your guys come out and lose to a program that's in their first year as a Division I ball club. On the flip side, Coach John Paul is aching for that first W, and would love to make the Dolphins the victim of that success. I think Michigan's feeling pretty good. Jacksonville coming back to tie the game, and anybody's ball game at this point. So it may come down to who's got the most heart and who's got the ball last.
5-5 our score. It's going to be Michigan ball on the restart in the near corner. Jacksonville presses the ball just a little bit, just enough to force the pass, see if maybe a ball will go errant. No go on that. Michigan's going to clear the ball deep into the Jacksonville zone. Coming around the near side is Meter, or the far side is Meter. He kicks it back behind the cage. That's Yealy. And Michigan sets the offense. Harris up top. He's marked up defensively by Sam Haas.
Nice shot.
And a shot and a goal for the Wolverines. That one's down low. That was Paris on the goal for Michigan.
Yeah, smart play by Paris. Gets the ball up top. Sees that he's not really being hard. Takes the left-handed catch. Drives to his right. Really not great defense by Jacksonville. Once he gets past that midi plan defense on him, easy goal.
Jacksonville wins the faceoff in transition. They had an opportunity, pulled the ball up. Now we'll have wholesale substitutions for the Dolphins.
Yeah, again, a smart play by Goralski. They didn't really have a good clear pass into the middle, and rather than take a chance and throw the ball away, you always want to maintain possession of the ball. There's a great look to Cameron Lang Cameron Mann, and he finishes.
That was a tremendous shot from the near side. And we're knotted up at 6.
Again, here's the ball at X. Sees Cameron Mann. Nobody on the man steps in, fires the ball.
5-hole. Brian Greiner and William Vogt. Sometimes the face-off guys don't get a lot of credit. I like to think the face-off was one of the most important positions on the field.
It's I believe the hardest job on the field, Dan. It's amazing how much facing off takes out of you.
Score 6-6 from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. There's a feed. There's Mann, shoots and scores. Dolphins up by 1.
Great look. And there's TJ Canary finally getting into the game here a little bit and doing a nice job seeing Cameron Mann coming down the alley. Again, Michigan defense caught on their heels a little bit coming off the face-off. Nobody marked up Mann, and he's the wrong guy to leave open. Just a easy pass, catch and shoot for Mann.
6:38 to go. Third period. Dolphins with their first lead of the game at 7-6. Whatever Coach Van Arsdale said at halftime, it's working. Dolphins playing a little bit different style of ball here in the second half.
And Michigan is not in the 10-man ride on this possession, Dan.
And I wouldn't suspect that they wouldn't be prudent.
I think they kind of threw it at Jacksonville on that first clear, but I'd be surprised if we see it again in the course of this game.
Dolphins on offense with their first lead of the game. Near side is Mann. Back up top to Igo. Crossfield to Lang. Lang gets it behind the cage. Mann on the near wing. Ball down. Good job by Mann to recover that ball. There's another ball down. There's going to be a battle for this one, but Igo's going to get to it. Dolphins just seem to want it a little bit more right this minute.
Yeah, they're winning the ground ball war at the moment.
Great effort by the Michigan defense. All that hustle finally pays off, and they scoop up this ground ball and can go the other way, unscathed by that Dolphin offensive possession. On the clear, that's Sean Sutton, who went off with an ankle injury early.
Yeah, he's got to look to move.
Double teamed. An ill-advised pass across the field that's actually going to go off the Dolphins and remain Michigan ball. That one should have been absolutely left alone by Ben Carter. You might call that a freshman mistake.
Yeah, really, Sutton did not do a good job of seeing that he had the double team, and Michigan again caught short-handed on the subs. He really should have been looking back into the center of the field at midfield rather than down to the attack down low.
Yaley coming back around the cage, right hand cradle. Still looking for that bam shaft, bam of the game. Relatively fundamental lacrosse that these two teams are playing. They're not overly aggressive. They ride well on defense, and really are very patient offensively in finding the right shot. There's a feed. Nice spin dodge to the inside. Vasilev shoots, bounces it over the top, and that's going to be the first piece of laundry we've had all day.
Yeah, again, nice roll dodge by Vasilev. He draws the slash on the lefty drive back into the center of the field. Took a great shot. He just bounced it just a hair high over the top of the cage.
7-6 Dolphins. Michigan ball in their offensive zone. There's a restart. Up top, Michigan with the ball. Just under 4 to go in the third quarter of play. 7-6 Dolphins. What a shot behind the back by Will Meter. That was a tremendous shot by Will Meter on the wraparound. Unfortunately unsuccessful. Jacksonville comes the other way.
Yeah, they'll slow it down now and kill the penalty here.
7-6 your score. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Salita. Salita, what do you got going on down there for us?
That Jacksonville is just getting off the draw and they're just getting possession. They've had most of the possession this game, so that's a really important aspect that they have. So now that they're down there on the field right now, I'm done.
Thanks, Salita. Sure appreciate that report.
It looks like, oh, sorry.
Jacksonville on offense, still working the ball in the offensive zone. Nice pass to the inside, dropped by Gorowski.
Yeah, it was a tough pass. He had a stick right on his hands. Again, probably not the best idea to try and force the ball into the middle. Dan, we should point out on that last extra man by Michigan, Jacksonville has killed 10 of 11 extra man tries. Their man down thus far this year has been spectacular.
That would make that 11 of 12 now. That's impressive. That's impressive no matter who you are.
Yeah, it really is.
And Coach Van Arsdale this morning, when we spoke to him, really attributed that to his defensive coordinator.
Yeah, they're doing something right. That's I don't think I've ever heard of a man down unit with that kind of percentage.
Michigan working the ball around. Paris up top. Going to work it down low. Woo, ball. Got to have control of the ball. That was a good recovery by Yaley. That's not something that happens to Trevor Yaley all that often. Little over a minute to go in the third quarter. 7-6 Dolphins. Paris heads to the cage. Good sliding defense by Jacksonville. And that was Jake Ziegler. That's their leader on defense, number 11 in white. Does a tremendous job on the defensive side of the ball for Coach Van Arsdale. Ball thrown away. Under a minute to go in the third period.
Another one of those unforced errors that the coaches hate.
Ball cleared. Michigan in that 10-man ride. Here comes Gorowski. He's going to take it behind the cage, settle in the offense with 30 seconds to go. He kicks it over to Jeremy Tissenbaum. Again, Tissenbaum, 5'9", $165 from Mount Lebanon High School in Pittsburgh, PA. Looking for his first goal on the year. He's working the ball near side, goal line extended. Kicks it up top. There's a good roll, nice save. The roll on the shot was by Canary and saved by Emil Weiss. for Michigan. Yaley shot too little too late. We're going to end the third period with the Dolphins in their first lead of the game. It's 7-6. I'm Dan Matthews. He's Todd Walker. But we'll be back with the fourth period of play right after this.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy.
Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back to Jacksonville, folks. You're watching NCAA Division I Lacrosse on Lax TV. Brought to you in part by Lacrosse Playground. Whether you're new to lacrosse or a diehard fan like us, you need to check out the biggest and baddest website for lacrosse, Lacrosse Playground. They'll update you on the latest trends in lacrosse equipment and apparel. Visit lacrosseplayground.com today.
Great read, Todd, and we're ready for the fourth quarter. We're at the X. Vogt and Greiner. And it's Michigan ball. Michigan's going to settle in. That's Dutton O'Hara for the Wolverines. Behind the cage on the far side. Folks, make sure you tune in tomorrow as we'll have Florida State and Virginia Tech at 5 Eastern time in MCLA Division I action. That's going to be followed by our first high school game of the year when Ponte Vedra High School takes on the Bulls School here in Florida high school action. All of this from Ponte Vedra High School in Ponte Vedra, Florida. Ponte Vedra, home to a famous golf course, Todd.
Yes, indeed, the TPC Sawgrass, which is famous for the 17th Island hole.
Maybe my single favorite hole in all of golf. That single hole, Amen Corner, will still rank number one for multiple holes. There's Yealy, great move, right hand free, scores! Trevor Yealy, that's 4. That matches his season total of 4. It's a coming out party for Trevor Yealy, single-handedly keeping his team in this one. And it's 7-7 here in the fourth period.
Yeah, here we go again with another great individual move. Yealy just kind of setting his man up, ducks inside, puts a stick in the left hand, protects the stick with his body, comes back righty, upper right over the goalie's shoulder. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's a signature move for Yealy, coming down goal line extended and putting the ball in the side of the cage. Watched that a whole lot when they played at the MCLA level.
He's been doing it for a long time. He's a good lacrosse player.
I wonder how much the impact of moving from MCLA to D1 will be in helping his ability to take it to the next level and play in Major League Lacrosse.
You don't know. He's certainly stepping up his game today, and if that's if this is any indication, he's going to get better as the season goes on, and he's somebody that the MLL really is going to have to take a good hard look at.
Jacksonville in the offensive zone. Donovan Lang with the ball near side. Make sure, folks, that you interact with us on Twitter. Call sign @LaxTV, LaxTV. TV. Make sure, again, follow us on Twitter at Lax TV. Michigan goalie Emil Weiss with the save on the Jacksonville shot. Michigan will look to go the other way. Michigan looking for their first NCAA Division I lacrosse win. Be a great way to start off this weekend in Jacksonville for the Wolverines. On the other side of the coin, the Dolphins really having turned the corner, I think, as a program that's emerging in Division I lacrosse. And I got to say, with Guy Van Arsdale at the helm, you got to watch out for this squad in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, they're just going to get better every year. Guys got, I know, has 2 good crops coming in. 2013, I think he's got his most of his 2014 kids already signed on to be coming down to Jacksonville, and they will definitely be a force to be reckoned with.
Tell you, Todd, our games here on Lax TV so far this season have all been outstanding lacrosse games.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's sitting at home watching their computer screens. We've had some great games, and this is certainly one today.
Great poke checks by the Jacksonville defense. That was Ziegler and Carter teaming up on the Michigan offense,
good shot,
and creating a turnover and going the other way, giving the ball back to Jacksonville is Michigan. Penetration, shot to the near side, out of bounds, backed up by Jacksonville. That was Mike McCready on the shot. Number 24, he's a defensive midfielder, playing down in that low zone. Tell you, Michigan travels a real large squad, and Jacksonville's got a pretty significant numbers on the sidelines as well.
Yeah, a little different for Michigan than their MCLA days, and when they could take as many guys as they wanted. A little bit tougher on the budget when you're in the Division I NCAA ranks.
That's a great steal on the defensive side of the ball by J.D. Johnson. J.D. with a great job using that long pole to get in the way of the pass and give his team another offensive possession. Michigan a little slow on the clear here. We've got a hand moving on the count. Ball's over the midfield stripe and into the box and right back out. Lax TV is proud to welcome Inside Lacrosse to our list of sponsors. Inside Lacrosse, your source for the sport. Michigan ball, offensive zone. Doug Bryant on the near side for the Wolverines. Bryant out of Princeton High School in Princeton, New Jersey. He's got 7 goals on the year heading into today. That's Vasilev. Patience by the Wolverine offense. Pressure from the Jacksonville defense. Jacksonville's going to scoop that up. That's Chip Young, senior midfielder from Mount Lebanon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He loses it. Back to Vasilev. Michigan starting to look tired. Vasilev's coming off the field. He needs a substitution. Steenland will replace him. Steenland on the near side for the Wolverines. Pass behind the cage intended for Yaley, sails out of bounds. It'll be Jacksonville ball.
Yeah, tough pass for Yaley to handle.
It's Yealy, not Yaley. I stand corrected, and I thank the Michigan fans because the only problem I have is they waited until there's 8 minutes left in the game to inform. So we've got a timeout on the field with under 9 minutes to go. Love the passion of the Michigan fans, and it's great to see them out here in Jacksonville, Florida. Their team all knotted at 7 with Jacksonville. We'll be back right after this. Dan Matthews and Todd Walker back for the last 9 minutes of this contest between Jacksonville and Michigan. We're knotted at 7 in what's been an extremely competitive game from the get-go.
Yeah, it's kind of been a back and forth affair, Dan, and one team will get the upper hand, and the other team comes back, and nobody really putting this one away. Both teams doing a nice job on pressuring the ball on D and on the rides, and this one is still very much up for grabs.
There's a flag down. That's our second flag of the game. We'll have to check this penalty out.
Yeah, Michigan
from the officials.
Michigan's not going to like that, but it was a good call. The ref had I think he had a cross check. Could have called either a push or a cross check. Now he's got the push. That's a good call.
That's a push. That's on 26, Sean Sutton. He's going to spend 30 seconds in the box for that one.
Yeah, Jacksonville kid had the ball on the sideline, his back to the field of play, and the Michigan kid basically just shoved him out of bounds. It doesn't look like much of a penalty, but you are not allowed in the game of lacrosse to exert anything more than equal pressure from behind on a player that has the ball.
Again, strong Michigan contingent here in Jacksonville. Would venture to guess many of them spent the week traveling with the squad. First to Denver, then here.
Oh.
It's a nice shot. That one sails a little bit high and wide. It's going to be scooped up on the chase by Cameron Mann, and he'll restart the offense.
Yeah, really nice job moving the ball.
In MCLA action, we've got a victory for Chapman over Boston College, handing the Eagles their first loss on the year, 3-2. That's a great win for that Chapman program that we saw last weekend.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the score. Total of 5 goals. That may have been weather related. I don't know. We'll have to get some more information on that.
Nice skip shot by Max Gorowski.
And we've got interference on Michigan on the crease.
One of the things you see is you kind of elevate the game level to level. There's great adjustment on the shots by each level of play. That's Igo coming down the left side. Jacksonville swinging it around near side. Up top. That's Lang. Lang has his hands free, but no clear path to the net. Great action. That shot sails high. Great action, low to high on the shot by Cameron Mann. Getting just a little piece of it was Weiss in goal.
Yeah, really nice hard shot by Mann. He cranked that on cage, and Weiss just got a shoulder on it, just enough to put it over the top of the cage.
Again, we're square at 7 with 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Cameron Mann leading this team back from what was once a 3-goal deficit at 4-1 to Michigan. That's Igo. Up top to Lang. Lang has man near side. Great patience by the Jacksonville defense, or Jacksonville offense, I'm sorry.
Great look.
Great look on the feed to man. And it's 8-7 Dolphins over the Wolverines. Taking a look at the instant replay. On the goal from man.
Yeah, again, that's freshman Ari Waffle. Great job forcing. He's got a short stick on him behind the cage. Beats his guy, gets the early slide, dumps it to man on the crease.
Puts Jacksonville up 8-7. 6 minutes to go in this one. At J.D. Milne Stadium on the campus of Jacksonville University. That's the transition I was looking for from Jacksonville all day long. It was a great save made by Weiss, but you have to get to the cage and create opportunity for yourself. And Jacksonville finally did it off the face-off, not waiting for substitutions.
Yeah, we've kind of been looking for that all day, and did a great job pushing the ball, and Weiss just came up big on the save.
Watching Alex Vasilov's mom down there leading the cheers for Michigan. Dolphin crowd, in spite of having the lead, is not super boisterous.
No, they're kind of a quiet group, but enjoying the 1-goal lead here all the same.
And it's a good crowd. It really is. When you're talking about schools that are really new to this level of the game and building a program and building fans, you're looking at a good job. And I think a lot of that goes out to the marketing department and sports information group here at Jacksonville to really inform the public and the community about these games and get them out here.
Yeah, it's good to see the sport growing down here in Florida, and it's growing like crazy. The high school teams have exploded in the last 5 years, and the state of Florida has really embraced the sport.
Lest we forget it at the end of the game, I definitely ought to take a moment right now to thank Matt Trevor from the University of Michigan and Jim Nacella from Jacksonville University, the sports information directors from the schools respectively, who've done a really good job in helping us be prepared for today's game. So thank you to Matt and to Jim as well. It's not just showing up and doing the game, folks. There's a lot of prep that goes into this, and without the help of people like Matt and Jim, it just doesn't happen. We do have laundry on the field. Looks like a push with possession. Could you see it, Todd?
Yeah, it was, Dan. Real similar to the play we just saw a little bit ago. Going the other way, Jacksonville Midi just got on the Michigan midfielder's back, shoved him out of bounds. They're going to call that one every time.
We're just over 4 minutes to go. Jacksonville hanging on to the slimmest of margins right now at 8-7. And sitting in the box is Mike McCready for the Dolphins. Things are a-blowing around here, folks. We've got a referee stoppage right now. Looks like they want to reset the game clock. They did. They wanted to hold it for a couple of seconds. Michigan ball in the offensive zone. Michigan loses possession. We're going to go the other direction.
Yeah, another tough pass into the center there, Dan. That's not something Coach John Paul wants to see at this point. it's playing a little bit fast and loose with the ball, and possession at this point becomes paramount.
Ben Schaefer from Tate's Creek in Lexington, Kentucky is on the field for the Dolphins. New defenseman into the game for Coach Van Arsdale. His squad 8-7 with 3:34 to go in the fourth quarter here in Jacksonville. .323 to go. Clock winding. Jacksonville with possession. This is our favorite part of the game, Todd.
Well, I think we're going to see a steady diet of nothing here for as long as the Dolphins can get away with it. It is sort of interesting, though. We've got attackman Max Gorowski behind with a short stick playing him. They've switched off now. We'll see if Jacksonville attacks the D a little bit.
That ball's going to go out of bounds off Michigan. Jacksonville ball. This becomes a giant game of keep away. and you don't even have to throw it. If you could stand by there for 3 minutes, more power to you.
No, unfortunately, and again, I'm not a real big proponent of the shot clock, but I would like to see something a little bit make it a little bit more difficult to just stall the ball.
Referee talking to, it looks like Quentin Miller back there. Nice feed out front, a great shot on the play by Ari Waffle. Waffle's had a really solid game today.
Yeah, he's a good-looking freshman. That was a great foot save by Weiss, and Michigan's going to get the ball on Jacksonville being in the crease.
You know, and watching this game, you can see why Coach Van Arsdale is so excited about his young squad.
Yeah, he's not real crazy about playing freshmen, but when he's got one like Waffle, he's got no problems putting him in the game.
So we've got 2 minutes to go. Michigan looking for the game-tying goal. It's 8-7 Jacksonville. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. We apologize earlier, folks. That Chapman game was not final. Chapman was ahead 3-2. The score is now tied 3-3 out in Orange County, California.
I feel better about that. A 3-2 final would have hurt me physically.
It's a long pass down into the offensive zone. Very ill-advised. Goes out of bounds. I understand that the clear was not there, and they were not real effective getting it out, but that kind of a pass is not what you want to do. At the very least, Jacksonville has the ability to run 30 seconds off the clock to get the ball into the zone.
I'm going to stand up for the defenseman on that play, Dan. I think he was actually taking a shot. Jacksonville was in a little bit of a 10-man, and the goalie was out of the cage, and the long pole took advantage of the opportunity and took an 80-yard shot that just it wasn't on goal.
And it's not that we haven't seen 80-yard shots go in before. Turnover by Jacksonville. Michigan's going to take it the other way. They had numbers briefly. Now they're playing a game of 3-on-5. They'll go with their wholesale substitutions. John Paul will call timeout for the Wolverines. We've got a little bit over a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 8-7 Dolphins. We'll be back to finish this one off right after this.
Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
We're back at Jacksonville, Florida, 8-7, a minute to go in the ball game. Michigan with the ball in the offensive zone. No urgency here. That's Paris coming out front with the inside. Good slides defensive. A great job by goalie DeLuca to cut off the alley. There's Paris' shot. It goes wide. DeLuca's going to win this race. Jacksonville ball.
Nice hustle by DeLuca. There was really nobody nesting on the backside for Michigan to back up that shot. He did a nice job beating the attackman to the end line.
There's going to be wholesale pressure now from the Michigan defense. There's got to be, with only 27 seconds left to try to force the turnover.
Yeah,
Use the sideline as your friend. Ball's loose. Nice reach over, ball out of bounds. It was a nice reach over check on the stick to knock the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and there's the good side of the 10-man ride, Dan. Michigan had everybody shut off. The pole tried to take it himself. They slid to him and knocked him out of bounds.
20 seconds to go. 8-7. Dolphins with a 1-goal lead. Michigan with possession. Steenland with the ball. Left-hand cradle. He penetrates. He shoots.
Nice shot.
Steenland with the game-tying goal for Michigan. We may have some free lacrosse, Todd.
I think we do. And okay, there's another great individual move by Steenland. Just beat his guy to the cage, got his stick in his right hand, got it back to the inside, put it past the goalie. Great individual effort, great drive.
That's kind of been the Achilles heel of the Dolphins today, is that one-on-one matchup with really much of the Michigan offense.
Yeah, it really has. Ely and the Michigan Middies, not a lot of assisted goals in this game, but you can't argue with the result.
4 seconds. The time's going to run out, and we're going to have bonus lacrosse on Lax TV in our first Division I broadcast in the NCAA this season. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. Stay tuned for overtime right after this.
At the end of regulation.
Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Ely. This is going to be a goal for Ely. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
You're watching Lax TV. This is our inaugural broadcast of NCAA Division I lacrosse. We had a weekend in Portland last weekend of MCLA Division I with Colorado State, Chapman, Simon, Frazier, and Colorado State. And a great weekend that it was of lacrosse last weekend. This one's off to a fiery start. 8-8 our score. We're heading to a 4-minute overtime. Each coach has one timeout in the overtime period. Generally look for possession on the faceoff and a relatively quick timeout. It's the way coaches seem to operate.
Yeah, that would be standard operating procedure. Although if you've got a clear fast break, I'm a real proponent of taking the ball to the cooker.
Possession Jacksonville, scooped up by Cameron Mann. Dolphins are going to look for that first opportunity at the game-winning goal. Stay tuned after the game, folks, for interviews with the game-winning coach as well as our player of the game. Salita Gorman will have those for us on the sidelines. It's 8-8. Jacksonville with possession. in the first overtime period.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here, Dan. They've got the Jacksonville has cameraman matched up with a shorty, which is a matchup they like.
Ball comes out top. Jacksonville wins. That's Ari Waffle. I think that's his hat trick for Waffle. Dolphins win. A tough one for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, great look by cameraman.
Number 39,
drives his shorty to the kick.
Let's take another look at this game-winning goal by Ari Waffle.
And here comes cameraman, just kind of setting his midi up, a nice little easy lope behind the cage, sizing him up, takes him on a nice little drive. And you'll look for the early slide here. Here it comes hard. Waffle open in the middle, nice step around, buries it right off the pipe.
When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Guy Van Arsdale and our player of the game, Ari Waffle. Your final score from Jacksonville, Florida, Dolphins 9, Wolverines 8.
Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
The traditional post-game handshake. And Michigan comes out of this one and with no reason to hang their heads. They played probably their best game of the year.
No, that was a great effort by a really game Michigan Wolverine squad, and just a real nice final play effort. Cameron Mann picking up the double team and finding Ari Waffle in the middle, and Waffle, real heady freshman, very impressed with his game, buries the game winner inside the pipe.
Yeah, Waffle came into the game with 5 and 4, so it's not like he's been hiding out there. He's really had a real solid game, and quite frankly, as the father of a small lacrosse player, I like seeing the 5'9", 160-pound attackman with a little bit of success.
Yeah, you don't have to be big to play this game, folks. Sometimes it helps, but the little guys, there's certainly a place for the smaller athlete in lacrosse, and Ari Waffle's a nice example.
These coaches with a tremendous amount of respect for each other, very evident in our pregame talks with each of the coaches, and I think this game was every bit what they expected it to be.
Yeah, both coaches obviously had their guys prepared for the game. Just a great effort by Michigan, and too bad that they came up short here at the end. But two good teams, two very evenly matched teams, and Jacksonville just had a little bit more in the tank there at the end of the game.
It was really a tremendous game here, and we've entered the Head Wraps wrap-up show. Jacksonville with a 9-8 victory over the University of Michigan, and I hope the whole weekend is just like this, and there's not a whole lot more that you can ask for. Guy Van Arsdale and John Paul saying goodbye to each other, wishing each other just a little bit of luck in the coming season, and we're gonna be able to go down to Coach Van Arsdale and Ari Waffle here momentarily, and wow, what else can you say? Again, we hope they're all like this. Let's go ahead and send it down to Salita Gorman. We're not ready quite yet, folks. Salita's getting herself. We are ready. Salita, go ahead and take it away, Salita.
Here with Coach Van Arsdale. What is it like going into the second half behind and coming out with a win?
Well, I mean, the way we came into this game, I would say our approach wasn't great today, and Michigan did a great job coming out with intensity. It took us a while to match that, and we told our guys at halftime the only way we were going to win today, since we're not executing very well is we were going to have to grind it out, and our kids did. So, you know, you're glad that you find a way to win, and you give a lot of credit to Michigan for how hard they played and the way they came at us. But I'm, you know, proud of our guys that we figured out a way to get a W.
What adjustments did you make to pull out this win?
Well, we made a couple adjustments on our ride, which I think gave them some trouble clearing the ball, and we also pressed out a little bit defensively to try and make it tougher for them to get the ball around through behind the cage. But we still didn't have a great day defensively today. We did not do a great job of team defense.
Okay, who would you say that your key players were for this game?
Well, I think there's no question that Cameron Mann picked up our whole team and carried him on his back. I mean, we won this game only because of Cam Mann. I mean, that's huge ground balls, huge goals. I mean, assist on the game winner. I mean, he played like a team captain and played like an All-American today, and the guy you want to turn to.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Back to you, Todd and Dan.
Salita, thanks so much. I know you got Ari Waffle just about ready to talk to us again. Our final score, 9-8 from Jacksonville, Florida. And Todd, what more can you say about Ari Waffle?
really impressive freshman, and to step up and bury the game winner in overtime. That's a nice day for the kid from Fayetteville Manlius.
Outstanding effort. I believe it was a hat trick on the night, so that's going to bring his season-long total up to 8 goals. Let's go ahead and send it down to Salita with Ari Waffle.
All right, I'm here with Ari Waffle. What was it like scoring that game-winning goal in overtime?
Felt great. I mean, Cam was behind the goal, and I saw an opening, so I just cut to the ball and just put it offside hip.
What does this mean for your team getting this win in overtime?
It means a lot. We have to step up now. We have a lot more games we have to win, and there's a lot of things we have to do to get to where we want to be.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations. All right, back to you, Todd and Dan.
Thanks, Salita. Classy young man, Ari Waffle, his team with a 9-8 victory today. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up this tremendous overtime thriller from Jacksonville, Florida. Back in Jacksonville, Florida, everybody. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. And Todd, the Jacksonville University squad comes out of this game with a victory. But without a doubt, I like the effort that we saw out of the University of Michigan. They seem to just be getting better and better each week.
Yeah, the Wolverines gave the Dolphins all they wanted today, and nice effort. And Jacksonville had just a little bit more firepower here at the end of the game. Two of their better players hooking up for the game winner. But really impressive effort for Michigan, and I think that's what we're going to see going forward this season is they're going to get better every week, and it's a huge transition from the MCLA to the NCAA level, and I know Coach Paul will get his kids back to the hotel and talk to them about all the things they did good. There's some things that they did not so well that he'll go over to. It's a question, you know, they're a team in transition, and they'll work on fixing the things that were wrong, improving on the things that they did right, and I look for good things out of them coming forward.
As do I, and I think it's got to be exciting for these kids. Short turnaround to make the transition to NCAA ball, to know that you're getting better each and every week is certainly worth taking out. Understanding that Jacksonville's not the team that they played in Denver last week, but you're still dealing with the logical thought process of getting closer and closer, and that first win's bound to come soon. And in that process, I don't know about you, and I have not seen Mercer play yet, but that could be a good game for Michigan to come out and win.
Yeah, absolutely. No question that it was a great effort, and I look forward to them to bounce back from this. Anybody that's seen Trevor Yealy play in the MCLA knows that he's a good lacrosse player, and he certainly showed that today. They've got some players. They've just got to get a little bit better in certain areas of special teams and cut down on the unforced turnovers a little bit. But they're going to have a good team, and certainly in the coming years. But I look for them to even in this season to get better, and they'll be fine come mid-season towards the end of the year.
And good may be the understatement of the year when you're talking about Trevor Yealy. Fantastic player. In the games I've watched him, I've never been disappointed in his performance and his ability to really come out and do what he needs to do to help elevate his teams to victory. 9-8, our final score here in Jacksonville. The Dolphins with the win. Let's go down to Salida with head coach John Paul from Michigan.
All right, I'm down here with Michigan's head coach. Coach, you were ahead at the half, and this was definitely by far your closest game of the season. What are you going to take from this game going into your game on Sunday against Mercer?
Well, we talked to the guys. We're getting, we're improving things every week. There are things that we improve from last week to this week. The guys are starting to understand how we want to play lacrosse, how we need to play lacrosse to be successful in these games, and certainly we take away that this was a game that we had, and we had everything laid out for us, and there are just a few small mistakes that we need to improve, and we improve on some of those things. We're going to have these situations. We just need to finish it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, back to you, Todd and Dan.
Selena, thanks so much. Again, your final score from Jacksonville, Florida, is the Jacksonville Dolphins 9 and the Michigan Wolverines 8. That's going to do it from Jacksonville and the Head Wraps wrap-up show. We'll come back for a quick look at a thank you to our sponsors right after this. Dan Matthews and Todd Walker here. Want to take a minute as we wrap up this broadcast from J.D. Milne Stadium. Again, your winner, Jacksonville 9, Michigan 8. In what may have been our best game of the year. Could only hope that they get better from here. And let's take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. Head Wraps, Lacrosse Playground, Inside Lacrosse, and Bam Shaft. Our sponsors for today's game. A special thank you to our crew in the truck, Guy Yankovic and Steve Bodo. A great job down there, and our thanks overcoming some difficult times to really piece this one together for us on Lax TV. I'm Dan Matthews for Todd Walker. Your final score from Jacksonville, Florida is the Dolphins 9, Michigan 8. Tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time for the first of a doubleheader when Florida State takes on Virginia Tech, followed by Ponte Vedra High School taking on the Bulls School. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Good night.